And who else is there? Ruth,
Busy weekend as
welcome.
usual. My weekends are always very busy. Good
Interesting.
evening.
Hi, Martins. Welcome. Harry, Ruth, Oreolua, Faith, Adeleye, and Joseph. And Adura. Okay, Harry.
My week was very
Very
stressful.
stressful.
My day was very stressful actually, and it's early.
Typical
Yeah,
Nigerian, right? Okay, it's Harry.
yeah,
Okay,
early.
that's noted. Thank
My
you.
day wasn't stressful, actually. It was
That's
just
sweet.
relaxing for me.
That's interesting. Adura, can we hear from you? Faith, can we hear from you?
Yeah, good evening.
Good
My
evening.
my weekend has been relaxed, so everything
That's
has been
beautiful.
correct.
That's
So
sweet.
today is rest. Thank you for
All
asking.
right. You're welcome. Faith, can we hear from you? Okay, welcome to
Some
the
people are
best
saying they're
of
not
it
getting
night.
them in at the moment. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, is there an issue with the link or something?
No, like they said, you are not like allowing them in.
Oh, okay, we're working on that right now. We'll look into that.
It's actually open for everyone to join in. Actually, I made it open. Let me
So it could be
confirm
a
again.
connection problem.
Yeah. Can you resend the link to them? I just check again. It's actually open to everyone to join in. So regardless, they don't need a permission or they don't need the moderator's access to begin. So do you want to confirm that, Kaisi? Just to be sure before we
Yes,
begin.
yes, I'm trying. I resent it to them, so they should try it back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I think let me just go first, then I'll bring in the moderator, speakers, and everything. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you. I know we are all joining from different parts of Nigeria and some from outside Nigeria. Good to have us all. Thank you so much. This is the mustard circle. The mustard circle. I just have to emphasize that. Yeah, will be our first Million Blueprints conference, which is 1.0. Now, what exactly is the mustard circle? Why are we having this conference? What's our goal? What's our aim? What do we aim to achieve? Is everything is what I will just be bringing to you now. Now, the mustard circle itself, who exactly are we? The mustard circle is basically a business and entrepreneurship focus community. Sorry, I have something distracting on my screen. Okay. Yeah, so the Monster Cycle is a peer-to-peer community that was basically created for small business owners in Ibadan specifically. I have to emphasize that it's a community for business owners, for entrepreneurs, and for creators who are tired of building alone. It's a community where we are equipping business owners, especially in the markets like in Ibadan, with some clarity, the tools they need, the collaborative, the support they need to get started and they learning from others, getting to know what is working exactly. We don't just want you to build alone. We want you to understand that you can build with clarity, you can build and you can actually grow. Now, the mustard circle basically, or if you are familiar with the phrase or the word itself, the mustard circle, which was from the mustard seed. I believe you know what the mustard seed is. As tiny as the mustard seed looks, it has the potential of growing to becoming something great and big. Now, please, can we hear me? I just got the feedback that my mic is humming.
Yes, we can.
It's clear.
Is, is it giving an humming sound? I'm getting a feedback that my mic is humming. I need to be sure it's not general.
No, it's
It
not.
just started now that you're talking about it.
Oh, we just started now. Oh. All right. How about now? Is it better now? Please help me
Sounds
confirm.
better now. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So let me just take a little step backwards. The mustard tech, like I mentioned, originates, or the word itself was originated from the mustard seed. And if you know what the mustard seed is the tiniest seed, and it has the potential of growing to becoming something that is very, very big. And that was where the vision of the mustard tech came from. Now, most people start their business from a point of feeling they are small. That's why they call themselves small business owners. Obviously, they are small business owners at the start. Now, beyond the smallness, you have a potential of growing to becoming something big. And that is why that's basically what bets this vision of the mustard circle. So it's a community of growth, a community that shows you that it is possible that your business can be transformed beyond the point of where you are seeing it, and it can grow to a level where you actually desire it to be, even beyond that level it cannot even attain. And that is basically what we are attaining, we want you to attain. And that was where our first vision or our first mission basically, as we launch out, is the first million blueprint. And what does the first million blueprint actually mean? It can mean different things actually. Now, I don't want you to see the first million just from a monetary point of view. The first million can mean different things exactly. Now, for people that are just let me just now for people that are just starting out, the first is not just about the money. It can come in revenue. Yes, that means you achieving that very first million breakthrough, probably in your revenue. It can also be the numbers of people you are reaching. That shows that you're actually making an impact. And also it could be in the numbers of value, probably delivering solutions to people in a million capacity. And this night is basically a blueprint to help you clarify, to help you commit, to help you connect, to help you see the possibilities of all of this, that you can actually attain that first million in your business, in that which you set out to achieve. And that's basically what tonight's meeting is about. I don't want to go in depth into all of this, as the moderator would give us more insight into this. I just have to explain and give us an insight to what we aim to achieve this night. So, Esther Lawali, you have the floor.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. David.
All right.
Thank you. So now we'll move on to the next theme. Oh, just give me a few minutes or 1 second. Okay, so we're moving on swiftly to the panel discussion. And before that, it is necessary that we introduce our speakers to us so that we're familiar. Why do we have those people on board? Who are they? What do they do? And first, I'll start by reading. Actually, we have two Mr. Aware on board. And I'll start by reading the first Mr. Aware. That's Mr. Aware Olajide, or Mr. Olajide Aware, whichever way you want to call him. So Olajide Jasper Aware is the Director of Operations, or Jasper Consulting Limited. Please, if you cannot hear me, indicate. That way I'll know that maybe my network is acting up or something. Olajide Jasper Aware is a visionary builder, a project strategist, and real estate development expert, serving as the Director of Operations at Old Jasper Consulting Limited, a fast-growing construction and property development company based in Nigeria. With a deep passion for structural innovation and value-driven building solutions, Olajide brings a hands-on approach to executing projects that stands the test of time. His expertise spans across residential and commercial construction, land development, and project management, consistently delivering with precision from concept to completion. At the helm of Old Jasper Consulting, he leads a dynamic team in providing end-to-end services, including land surveys, architectural and structural design, building construction, site supervision, and real estate advisory, ensuring that every client vision is transformed into enduring infrastructure. His mission is simple yet profound: to build with purpose, develop with excellence, and grow generational wealth through real estate. Olajide is also a passionate advocate for land banking, empowering individuals and investors with the knowledge and tools to secure future wealth through strategic land investment in rapidly developing regions like Ibadan, Lagos, Abeokuta, Oshogbo, and Ile-Ife, whether through construction execution, real estate consultation, or educational content creation. Olajide Jasper Awe continues to redefine what it means to build value in the Nigerian real estate and construction space. Your project builder, turning your ideas into solid foundation. And that's who Olajide Awe is. Can I see us reacting with claps or chairs or something? As you can see, we have big people in the house. Okay. I'm jealous. I'm happy for you. Hi, Ojo Ewaoluwa. Welcome. And that's it for Mr. Olajide Awe. So for the second Mr. Awe, and here is his profile. His name is Awe Karistim. Yes. Mr. Awe Karistim is a renowned photographer and content creator based in the vibrant city of Ibadan. With over 5 years experience capturing life's most memorable moments, known for a unique eye detail and a passion for storytelling through images. Charistism has worked with a wide range of clients, including notable dignitaries, delivering high quality, emotionally resonant work that consistently exceed expectations. As the proud owner of the sought out studio, Charistim combines creativity with professionalism to ensure that every event covered becomes a timeless memory for his clients. Beyond the lens, he finds joy in teaching others about the craft, exploring new places, and connecting with people from all walks of life. Whether behind the camera or sharing insights with aspiring creatives, our Charistim brings warmth, skills, and dedication to everything he does. And that's it on their profile. Now you can see that we are not just bringing, or you do not just have ordinary people in the house. Say you want to buy your land and then you're worried on who to build. Mr. Olajide Awe is there for you, or you're even worried on who to supervise it for you. He is the right channel. And then maybe you want to have an event or a capturing moment, life's moment. You see, there are some moments that can't be captured on camera, and there are some that can't be captured. Trust Mr. Charistim, rather, to be there for you. And swiftly, okay, I think we're far behind time. Yes, we're still on time. We'll move into the panelist discussion. Mr. Awe Square, are you here? Mr. Awe Olajide, Mr. Awe Karistem, are you here?
Yes, absolutely. We are here. I am here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Who just responded, please? Okay. Mr. Awe Jasper.
Yes,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am. I'm here.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Beautiful. Oh my God. Please, I'm sorry for the noises at the background. I am so sorry. I sincerely apologize. Okay. Now let's get to the business of the day. Starting with your foundation and backstory. Okay, guys. So we do not have distractions. While they are speaking, if you have questions, you can either write them down in the chat box, or just send them somewhere. And after the whole panel session, we're going to have the question and answer session. Is that fine? Hello, are we here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very well noted.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Mr. Awe Square,
Yes.
Mr. Awe Jide, I think I'd love to have you first. I don't know why. Can you take us back to your starting point? What inspired you to start your business?
All right. Thank you so much. I want to believe you can hold hear me, right?
Yeah, loud and
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Awesome, awesome. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, dear host Olajide David, my very good friend. I call him my billionaire friend. All right. Good evening, everyone that has contributed to making this conference a successful one. All right. Thank you, the team members of the Mustard Cycle. Thank you. I'd like to appreciate each and every one of us that has joined this meeting tonight. Yeah, I appreciate you for joining. Thank you. You're welcome. I believe you're coming. We had a whole lot of value to you, to your becoming as well. All right. Once again, I want to appreciate God, for the privilege granted me. All right. To be who I am today, all by His grace, and I must acknowledge Him, in all I have become. All right, today. All right, thank you once again, everyone. Thank you once again, dear Olajide. Back to our question. All right, my foundation, my backstory, starting point. All right. How do I start? Let me just go and say this. And that will be about how I began. And there's a saying that I would want you to have, put down. When your why is strong, the how to go about it will be very, very easy. So I'll say when your why is strong, the how becomes easy. All right. So when you have a strong why of doing things, or a strong reason, all right, behind whatever you want to do. So that takes me back to purpose, your the intention of your creation, all right. When you understand your personality, you understand what you're called to do, you understand yourself. Because the bottom line of this particular question, goes to me, like it all boils down to how I had to discover myself. So it's first of all discovery. All right. So I got to discover myself. And that's what the discovery brought about all that I am doing today, all that I represent today. All right. So talking about my foundation, talking about backstory. Um I don't really know where to actually bring all of that from, but I can just trace that back to let me just talk about business wise now. Let me incline my answer to what I do, today. All right. So backstory, just as everyone, possibly or probably people that started, let me say, the Nepo guys. If you are familiar with the ongoing trend, the Nepo, the Lapo. All right, the Nepo might not really start with the way we started. All right. So just as we started, when it comes to you know um exchanging our time for money, having to subject yourself to a company that will eventually pay you at the end of the month. All right. So, we say, you sell your time for money, being a salary earner. All right. So it all began from there. It all began from there. I actually, who you are seeing today, or who you are actually hearing, talking to today, started somewhere. We all have people that trained us, people that are before us, that we were looking up to. All right. So it's more like I serve my let me say, how do I place it now? I serve my way to the top. I serve my way to where I am today. All right. So it boils down to you serving yourself, serving your way. Actually, the word serving your way to the top, serving your way to the top. So we started from there. Started working. Let me just That was 24 back 2019, 2018. It all began from there. The discovery all began from there. 2018, that was when I was rounding up my youth service at Ado-Ekiti. Yeah, Ado-Ekiti. All right. So we're rounding up, and I was telling myself, I was asking myself, questions, that are so real. All right. And I've got answers to them. So it was now those answers, that brought me, or that made me or how do I put it now? Because those answers that get me started on the journey. That's the word. Get me started on the journey. All right. So I was like, okay, after service, what next? What will I be doing after service? What will be okay? What will be spoken of me? What will be said of me? Okay, what will people know me for? All right. What will people identify me, with? So it all began from there. And uh, I thought construction sites are not actually coming forth. I've been applying. Just thought to myself, let me just start with what I have. Let me start with, whatever is at hand. And I was privileged. I was privileged to be introduced to a photographer in Adeoti. All right, in Adeoti, and it all began from there. It all began from there. Started, learning Photoshop, learning photography. I just wanted to start doing something. I wanted to start doing something with my life, and I wanted to learn something from there. You've got to start doing something with your life. Like there is particular, just start somewhere. Like just start anyhow. Start, and when you do, by the time you kick started, then clarity gets to the fore. Clarity gets to the fore. So you get to understand. You get to now keep unraveling. Your purpose. Get to now keep unraveling. What you are actually called to do. So it all began from there, from that studio. I had to learn all of that. I had to learn how to all of that. And by the way, our second speaker this evening who is a photographer, and I believe he's got so many so many experience as well to share with you. All right, so so that's how it all began. All began from there, and from there, I was serving my master. I was serving him. I have to just serve, and I understood that place of service. Yeah, I understood that place of service. It was building momentum in me. It was building, tenacity in me. So I had to submit myself. I had to subject myself to learn. All right. So it all began from there. If I would have to stop, it all began from there. And from there, let me just say, so while I was serving the photographer, when I was serving, okay, and that's when I was serving the photographer, that was when the call, came in. I was even in the studio trying to set up few backdrops then. All right. Oh boy. All right. All right. So that was the reason I was setting up the backdrops, and and the call came in, and from there it's all that we are seeing today. They say it's history. Hallelujah. Let me know. It's not a church setting. All right. So that's
And
just
the
how I
rest,
would
the rest they say is
answer.
history.
You
Thank
say what?
you. Thank you so much. I said the rest they say is history.
Yeah, they say it's history. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was a vibrant one. Okay, Mr. Karistem. Now you are the photographer. Yeah, I would say very big one at that. Prior to your photography journey, or prior to you establishing your own firm, was it a leap of faith, or did you have an entrepreneurial background, or did you have a background in maybe entrepreneurship or business in general, or in photography, or was it just a leap of faith, or were you called, or what inspired you to start?
Good evening, everybody. I remain Awe Karistim, the creative director to the Sort of Studio, Ibadan. Yeah, and I want to say a big thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here, and I really appreciate the chance for like you guys gave to me to share my thoughts with everybody today. So, how do I start? Okay, basically, I would say um it's really not a leap of faith. Or yeah, I can say it's a leap of faith, but I really not. I wouldn't outline that towards the profit. So basically, how it happened was basically, when everybody is done with their secondary school, and you feel like okay, the next thing to do is you want to write jam, you want to write jam, enter university, because then if you are not in the university, it's more like it's not like how everybody is traveling out to the UK, Jackpot, like the Jackpot syndrome right now. Then, because if you are not in the university, it's more of like you are like you actually, I don't want to use the word useless, but you're like not going to be like among your colleagues any longer, because people that
Like
are
you're left behind.
yeah, you're left behind. You'll be like, wow, my guy's already in school, University of Ibadan, different university. Be like, wow, God, when no, let me say, you understand? So basically, it was more like that. So, and then I just had this mindset that okay, um, if I was not admitted to a university, then I should be able to be getting something in replace, because I know my friends then were already in university, and I feel like okay, what are those things that they are doing that I'm not doing, and what are those things that I can do that they would not be able to get done as well. So that was when I was thinking, okay, them they are in school already, and me I'm not in school, and them they don't have the luxury of time. Me I have the luxury of time, so I invested my time in I wouldn't say I started with photography. I even went to immediately after school. Then I was even learning how to like repair phones and doing all those kind of things like all those phone repair. I started with that, and fast forward, I feel like this is not my way. And moving on, there's I attended church then. I would say my photography life started from church. Not until like lately I now started going for upgrade classes, paying for upgrade classes. But basically, yeah, I started photography from church. Like I was going to church steady. I would say my boss, like our boss, or the what's it called, media department thing, bringing his camera to the church, and then I was just like, sir, please, how do you do this? How do you do that? And trust me, from there, that was how the journey really started from. And since then, I would want to use what my first speaker said. It was a story, and ever since then, basically, it has actually like been um a good one. And yeah, that's it about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was a good one, actually. So, two things I've taken out for Mr. Olajide, knowing yourself, and for Mr. Karistem, how can you be different from others and how can you maximize your time? Listeners, hope you're still here. So, Mr. Karistem, the next question is for you, and that's on challenges on the journey. What was the hardest part of starting out? And have you ever felt like quitting? And what kept you going, Mr. Karistem?
Um, have I ever felt like quitting? Okay, for I would say what I'm going to say basically on that is, I would say I would want to advise everybody to like, if you have something in your mind, I feel like you shouldn't just be afraid. Like you should not, wait till everything is set up. There's something like I'm actually running a class for beginner photographers at the moment, and what I tell them that okay, what I keep telling them is that you don't wait for everything to be perfect. Even if you want to start creating content today, you can always just, place your phone, be it Android, be it an iPhone, face it down, talk to your, that boldness, just talk to your camera. And before you know it is always a content. Every content there's nothing like bad content. Every talk is a content. Be it saying your lifestyle, be it saying anything is always a content. And you don't need to have ways to like you get a studio light or a different kind of light setup, a tripod stand before, because people be like, okay, I want to like get, I want my room to be so fine. I want my this to be that. I want this to be that. Do you understand? Like, I want people to see me. Like, and trust me, when we talk about, starting up, ideas or starting up innovation, it's not about, people wants to see how you are growing. People don't want to see you like, you started perfectly and you are just there. But when people see you that, okay, you started from using Android and now you are using iPhone, the people would definitely want to believe in you, and people would definitely want to like, see how can I like learn one or two things from you basically. So back to the question, like you said, can you like come again with that question if I'm not like diving apart?
Okay, the question was, what was the hardest part of starting out? And if you ever felt like quitting, and the times when you felt like quitting, what kept you going?
Basically, then like I said, there was no resources, so I never like had the luxury of starting right. I would say that I never had the the luxury of starting right. So I started, like I said, I started from church, and I was always using my boss's camera. I follow him out. I go out, and it is not always how do I don't know the right English to put there. It's actually not always uh, um um I think I don't know, but I feel it's actually not all I'm trying to there's this particular English I want to use. Sorry. Um so basically my long story cut short is just that you don't have to start right. You don't have to wait till everything is perfect. Just start anyhow, and trust me, and have the faith that you can get this done. That's just it. Just have the faith that with God all things are possible and you can get this done. Basically. That's just it.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Olajide, back to you. Are you here, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you.
All right. Thank you. Have you ever felt like quitting since you started, or can you recall a moment where things almost fell apart, and how did you handle it? What stopped you from quitting?
Okay, so let me just continue from where I stopped. All right, so at the studio, I did like I said, walking in, and while I was serving, and there's this particular saying I would like us to as well, come to realize that if you desire to sustain life, you will need to stay humble, and just like they say, humility is not humiliation, all right? So while I was serving the whole of my heart then. I was serving the one who I submitted to, all right? And it was in the process I received, the call, to come join a construction team working for the Oni of Ife, all right? And that was just the height of it. But that was how it all began. All right. So I was like, from photography, because photography is what I studied in school. By the way, I studied building technology, you know, Polytechnic Ede. All right, all right. So and I was like, okay, building to photography going on here. All right, what's going on here? It's not really actually, it's not sinking something well in my, because I love to do construction. All right, so by the Lord made it happen, and the call I received the call that same day. I do have savings with me. I had to like, that's the reason why when there is a place, when it comes to you understanding yourself. You can always think beyond the present. So the present will not define, your reality. All right. So your reality is actually what will trigger when it comes to so when it comes to I saying, okay, it's because I understood of being, so that even while I was serving as a photographer, I knew my place. Just that I was not there. Like my people, my other speaker was saying that you just need to like start. You don't need to just start. So I knew where I was going to. All right. So that will answer the question that I don't really have, I don't, okay, when those thoughts will come because of my strong why, I press further, I press on. All right. So my strong why shatters, every hindrances on the way. All right. So I have just like, I was like, yeah, let me just do the word, I have a goal before me, I have a target before me, there's no distraction. All right, so whatsoever might not be coming as hindrances, because of my I'm not I don't lose, I have a focus, I have a direction, I know where I'm going. So it's about you understanding where you're going to. It's not about the wind, all right. It's not about the distractions, all right. It's about you understanding where you are headed towards. Right. When by the time you understand where you're headed towards, nothing, by any means will distract you. All right. So I would just say that to answer that question, that all right, definitely there will always be some downtimes. There will always be, but because of your strong why, all right, because you know where you're actually headed towards, you are always, on the move, on the move, on the move, on the move. All right. So the answer to that question will now be because I understood my strong why. All right. So I could deal with whatsoever, challenges coming my way. All right. Thank you.
Yes, even topping up what my other speaker is saying as regarding facing challenges or on the journey, I would also say like one of the hardest parts is definitely trying to get your name. After like you already have your name
Yeah,
start, trying to get your name out there and building client base from scratch is actually the hardest part. And it's going to
making a brand.
going to take a lot of networking because then I remember I was doing free photo shoots, learning to like how to market myself to people, regardless how they feel. Because I learned something over time because I feel like whenever you start a business, like your own personal business, I don't like I want everybody to have this mindset that you should not even pitch it to your family members. It is not meant for your family members because they don't at that moment you are starting up, they don't really trust, you don't really have that trust in you that you can be it fashion designing, be it photography, be it anything. You really don't have that belief that this person. But that time you'll be like, this person does not like me. Trust me, the person likes you, but you need to like be able to like go out there, get new people that don't even know your family, that don't even know how you started, work with them, show them how what you can deliver. Do you understand? They now bring that back home. I'm sure, like your family should be like, wow, this person can deliver this. Then that way you can convince and like make them even patronize you as well. And as regarding quitting as well, there are like there are times like you might doubt yourself, especially when the business is going slowly. Sales are not like popping up, but you just have to keep going because it is what I used to tell my student that photography, even student, if I interview students, I don't just bring in students because they want to pay me money. I interview them like, were you forced to come and do this thing? Do you understand? Because naturally, me personally, I would never force someone to learn any skills or because the moment you have it in the back of your mind that you were forced to do this thing, definitely you are not going to learn anything from that particular
Yes, mindset.
that mindset is going. But there's this zeal in somebody that you have passion for this thing. Even if I'm teaching them, there are some questions they will be asking. I'll be like, okay, yes, this person has passion. This person has passion. Unlike someone that does not even like, they just force it. Yeah, shall love kosher and like just go and learn work.
Sure.
You understand?
Some
So
someone with passion, someone with passion will be much more curious.
exactly. So, and there are sometimes, when equipment, when it comes to photography, equipment, goes a long way. Like, you have to like, just find replacement. Sometimes you have to like go and even as I am, I still rent some kind of gadgets. Do you understand? So you don't wait to like even in photography. I used to tell everybody that for my bosses to also say, nobody's an island of knowledge, and they say you cannot buy all the old gadgets. It is not possible the moment you have the moment you have the mindset that you want to acquire all the old gadgets in this life, trust me, you no longer have savings. Do you understand? So basically, you just have to like get the necessary things you need to know that your basic things you have to get, and with time, people would definitely even big they will rent lenses, they will rent a lot of things to get some kind of works done. So basically, I think I've been to like speak about the hardest part, and also speak about you not quitting and all those and also when things almost fell apart as well. So all those things are part of the challenges of the journey. So with that few point of mine, I think everybody should like be able to like pick one or two things.
Yes, so they are picking. I would also love to think and
All
believe
right.
that they're picking. Thank you so much.
All right.
This has carried.
In addition, please. In addition,
Okay,
please.
sir.
Uh, your strong while will turn your fears into fuel. All right. That things that kept
Mm,
me going. Strong while will actually make that process that you are into worth it. Like because you always know that there's a hint to what I'm doing. It will make the process worth it. All right. So I will have just these two to you. Thank you very much.
okay, thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Now, over to the next question, which is like one of the things most people want to know when they see big businesses. They'll be like, how did this person start from the scratch? Like, okay, now they say every business has a small beginning, but how did they make it to the top? Who was their major client? What led to their big breakthrough? And that's what the next question is about. Your first million moment. Maybe a million in money, in profit, in reach, or whichever thing that first million meant to you. What specific decision or turning point led to your first major business breakthrough? Mr. Olajide, can you go first?
All right, all right. Thank you. Just like they say, success leaves clue. All right, success leaves clue. There is no successful person on earth today, that does not actually follow the right principle. So there are principles to making it big. There are principles to achieving. What there is nothing new on earth. All right, there's nothing new on earth. All right, so that which you're actually doing, someone has done it before. All right, so success actually leads to. So you can just like I said, understand yourself. Then look into who actually fits into what I am doing, that has gone ahead of me, that has gone far ahead of me. All right, like a high networking individual. All right, so you've got to discover that kind of person, and then you move closer to the person, you learn from the person. So there are principles. So whatsoever the person did to place in where he is, to place in, or to become, who he is or who she is, he can as well replicate. He can as well replicate, and that's the law of replication. When it comes to habits that these are so-called billionaires, practice in that sense of the word. All right, so they replicate principles. So when you understand the principle, what you just have to do is to replicate it. So by the way, myself, I actually network my way into making my first million. Like, I network my way. I would like to discuss on networking, and it's very, 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 very important. Very, very important. I want to talk on few things, that because today we really bastardized, that's name networking. There is this mindset I had before networking. If I meet someone today, I have this mindset of, okay, it's gonna actually be a mutual relationship. All right, it's not gonna be a parasitic. So what will make that relationship blossom or flourish will now be because it is a mutual beneficial relationship, not actually parasitic. All right, so I'll figure out, okay, how can I be a value added? Okay, how can I add value to this person? All right, so how can I be of help? How can I actually offer my service to this person? All right, so that's just it. How can I offer? So when we actually meet this kind of people, we should think of how we can, be a blessing to them. We should think of, how we can as well, be of help to them. So when a relationship is mutual beneficial, all right, so it's actually yield profitably. It's yield profitably. So I would say when networking, lead with value and not with a pitch. Don't just go, okay, this is who I am, this is what I do. Lead with what you can actually offer. Lead with the solution you are bringing to their table. All right, you're gonna be letting them know, okay, this is actually what you can offer and how it will be of benefit to them. All right, another thing which I actually make or which I actually did, in networking my way, into making my first million was how that when I actually meet with an individual, all right, like an high network individual, someone who actually what I actually do is that by the time I have their contacts, my contact and our contact being exchanged, I make sure I do a follow up. I'd like to tell you, follow up is just the real, like, you've got to like keep that relationship. You've got to keep that relationship. So that these are things actually, so they're actually practical steps in making that your huge break, like in your business. So there are practical ways to go about it. And then you don't fit connection. Connection should be treated like a seed. All right. So it's not about, okay, I met someone today and you are trying to, like, get something from them, all right, because of your immediate relationship with them. All right. So it's actually beyond that. So you treat every relationship like a seed. You nurse it, you nurture it. Okay, my first break. Let me just let me just share my story with you, all right? Let me share my story. It's not about the money actually. It's about the mindset. See, the mindset is the game changer. Like if you got to just like how do I don't want to start. Okay, you know, all right. I'm trying to. All right, all right. So it's just a mindset. You need to keep your mind. You need to have a very let me just say you need to change your mind, change your environment, change the way you think, change the association you actually surround yourself with. These are things that actually help you becoming who you want to become. I'm already sincere with you. It's actually what these are things that will actually make you become who you want to become. So it all boils down to you keeping quality relationship, like keeping quality relationship, practicing OQP. That is only quality people in your circle. All right. So these are ways to. So my big break. I actually met someone. That was 2021. All right. So yeah, I met them in Nigeria. They are abroad. All right. So I was able because I have this understanding. Now, becoming a millionaire is in the mind. It's not. It's actually in the mind. It starts from your mind. All right. So, just like I said, you not every relationship you come in contact with. All right. So, that started blah blah. Just like that. I had to tell them what I do. This is what I can do. My offerings, my services. All right. So it's all started from there. And the break I was actually expecting did not come that very moment. All right, so it came later in the year. Why? Because I was not seeing the relationship. I was not seeing the relationship. So it was until probably it came off like off him to actually start doing, start investing in land and he had to reach out to me because I kept a very good relationship. So I treated that relationship like a seed. So I was grooming it. I was nursing it. I knew that something good will come out of it. All right. So becoming a million is actually you relating, like you keeping quality people, like the kind of people you surround yourself with will, just like they say, if you have if you have billionaires, if you have 5 billionaires in your circle, you must be the 6th billionaire. If you have 6 millionaires in your circle, you must be the seventh what millionaire, right? So your relationship actually matters. It matters, and then you have to stay top of your mind. You have to stay top of your mind. These are things that actually help me to building my wealth. All right, you have to stay stop. You have to get yourself equipped. That in particular thing you actually aim at, I mean, your purpose, your ambition, you've got to be skillful at it. You've got to be skillful at it. I would like to actually share with you, the get rich triangle. All right, should I even go there now? Because you've got to be skillful at what you do. You've got to be skillful. It is your skill that you now, offer in exchange for money. A salary earner will always offer their time in exchange for money. And that's the reason why a salary earner cannot actually fulfill their destiny. It's not a course. It's not, they cannot fulfill their destiny. I was privileged to transit, like from that's how do I place it now? That lowest, because I would say is the lowest level. Salary earners, when it comes to making money, is actually the lowest level to make money. You are a salary earner, you can do better. You can do better. You can hold a business. You can start out something. Just start doing something. On the long run, you get the clarity. You get what you are actually doing. So that's just my, like, let me just say this actually. So that's how it all began. So the client, so I turned that relationship into client. He became a client, and I started offering him what I sell, and construction wise, land banking wise, and I was posting. That's what I will also say. I will also say this: you've got to like make yourself visible. All right, you've got to make yourself visible. What you do, let people know you for what you do. Let people know you for what you do. Don't stay indoor all the time. Come out of the shell. Let us know you. That's why your Instagram is your platform, your Facebook account is your platform, your WhatsApp is your platform, your TikTok is your platform. That's what you are standing for. Let us know you for it. All right, let us know you for it. So from there, people get to recognize you with this particular thing. And then don't just have different skills. Okay, you're doing this, you're doing that, la, 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 la. Let us know you for one. That when they see you, Olajide Jasper, they know that this guy is into construction. They know that this guy is to land mountain. But let us know you for and that's what I'm actually I'm very headed towards. The goal should be like you becoming a brand for yourself. You becoming a brand. You building a name for yourself. The goal is not actually money. Money is like the result of your service. All right. The goal is not actually to make 1 million. The goal is to actually become a brand. The goal is to become a person. The goal is to actually just, you can imagine who Dangote is today. Dangote is now a brand. Like it is a brand. There's no one that will hear of Dangote today, and will not like say, okay, I know the person, because he is now commanding. Now, can I imagine the kind of value the name command, like the name command, even outside of the country? All right. So the goal is actually build a brand. The goal is actually build a brand. And you start somewhere. You start from that, you earning salary. Then you will now migrate, into exchanging your skill, for money. So whatever I did, actually, let me just tell you what I did, in a nutshell. Like this should be like a summary of how I started like earning in millions. So what I did was that while I was serving as a salary earner, I was in the process of serving as a salary earner, I was equipping myself, in that my particular field. I was getting better, becoming better. All right. So it got to a time that I was like, oh, it is actually time to leave. All right, it is actually time to leave. So because I was not actually just exchanging my time for money. I was in a way I was more like actually, probably assisting the firm. Like in my own mind, it was not as though they were, because an employer cannot actually pay you. They cannot actually pay you for your service. An employer will always pay below your, like they cannot pay for your service. They cannot pay you. They cannot pay you, because if they are gonna pay you, they will run bankrupt. All right. So they will pay below the value you are rendering. That is the reason why you cannot even. And when it comes to salary earners, you are always boxed up. You will be boxed up in your salary, like 120K, 120K you are collecting. So you cannot even think beyond the money you are collecting monthly. All right. So these are the things that actually help me. The mindset game. Like it's a mindset game. It's a mindset game. So my first major breakthrough was because I changed my mind. I had the right mindset. I attended conferences. I attended seminars. I had a change of renewed mind. I have a renewed mind. Like I was thinking differently. I was thinking like the billionaires. All right. I was thinking the way the billionaires are thinking. By the time you are doing all of this and you're also practicing, you're not just learning, you're also practicing. All right. By the time you're also practicing the same thing the billionaires are practicing, you are going to be commanding the same results. All right. That will be what I would say for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olajide. Thank you, and thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for reacting. So, Mr. Karistem, what was your first major breakthrough? How did you make your first million? And guys, please, let's start dropping our questions. Drop them in the comment section, in the chat box, please. Because after this, we're taking few questions and they would only be read out. So please drop your questions in the chat box. Thank you. Mr. Karistim, what decision led to your first major business breakthrough, the first million?
Thank you very much for the question once again. And I really, my other speakers already said it all. Well, I would just like say the turning point actually was about me investing in high quality equipment and focusing on a niche, because I now started saying, okay, I want to like focus on portraits, lifestyle shoots, portraits, wedding photographer. Do you understand? So I focus more on a niche in the market, and it's allowed me to like stand out, and also charge premium service and premium prices. And the strategy you use to execute all those things are basically, what I did then was basically I offered, some discounts and referral bonuses to my first clients then. I used to give. I used to make them feel like okay, regardless your. I remember I charged for picture. I snapped picture for uh, per picture. I was charging like 1,500 then per picture then. So I remember then I just had the belief that okay, let me just snap it for you because I actually like love doing it. I never even thought of turning photography to money. I it was a passion. I just nature, snap a lot of things. Do you understand? So it was never like I had that money inclined, kind of thing. But with time I felt like okay, wow. So I can even convert my skills into money. So that was when that idea came up, and I was giving referral bonuses to my clients then, and the major thing that was my best friend then was the words of my mouth, because there's a way I would like sweet quote a lot of things to you and you'll be like wow, let me give this guy a try. So the words of my mouth then was basically my best friend. Like I believe in it because I make I feel like there's a way there's a way, and that thing still work for me till tomorrow. There's a way I address people, talk to them, you know, tell them about what I have to offer. And there's a way you like like it's not even about words of your mouth now. It's about the words of yourself itself, like yourself, your personality. Because I feel like even currently now, I feel everybody wants to sell their self, not the brand again. Because I feel yourself is the brand. So is if you are meant to go for an event now, or if you are meant to go and meet somebody for a business now, and you just dress casually, let me just dress casually and go and meet this person. Trust me, anybody that is giving you an event worth of millions, you definitely want to assess you that okay, this person I want to give this money, the approach the person brought to me, the way the person was like speaks to me, does is this person not going to run away with my money? Like, can this person really handle this million? Do you understand? So basically, those are those things you have to put into consideration. The words of your mouth, and try to like showcase yourself out there. Like I am, like there's no how. Even if I'm going to the office, even if I'm going to see somebody, even if I'm always I have a nature of the way I dress out because I don't know any way I can meet anybody. So I'm always dressed like I prepared for like I prepared. There was the day I was in the office randomly. And there's this like a very big guy, renowned TikToker came to my office. He came to my office and I was like, like he just came. He said he was passing around and he saw the studio and he was like, "Can you just come in?" So when he came, I was surprised that wow, like because my studio currently, well, we don't like we don't like deal with like working clients. We deal with people that have meet their bookings ahead, their dates. So we know that okay on this so date, this person is coming in for shoots. Do you understand? So seeing him all of a sudden, I was like, as this person booked me that I did not know. So he just came around and he was welcome. Would like you would like to see my studio, everything like is also. And I was like, wow, I already knew him on TikTok. So we spoke, and he did a shout out for me. So when he was even doing the shout out, it was more of like the way I was dressed, the way I was looking. It was more of like I paid him to come and do a shout out for me. So I feel like everybody should always like put themselves out there. Forget like people are looking at it just for your personal brand. Always dress okay. It doesn't really need to dress expensive. Just dress okay, dress good, and trust me, to get your first million is going to be very, very easy. And also, actually, at some point, I actually doubted my worth. Like I said, I doubted my worth. Like sometimes I'll be like, if I charge this person this or something, will this person pay me? You understand? So you have to like take that fear out of your, of yourself, and learn how to value your time, your talent, and the quality of your work. So once you have all those things into execution, trust me, you will definitely see more than a million. You understand? You will definitely see more than I'm trying to like pinpoint the first 1 million, but because there has been a lot of millions, so I can't really say I can still like pinpoint where I got my first million. So basically, but I feel with all these things I've said, trust me, to get your first million is not supposed to be a big deal. You're trying to like build yourself and your brand. Because people are patronizing you yourself, not the name. The name is just the name. Trust me, you are the name. So if you put yourself out there like just a random person, people will see you as a random. People will see your brand. But if you put yourself out there like this is this is that, trust me, people will they will not even price you. They will just say, how much do you charge for this? you know. So and I want to and I want us to always bank on relationship like my other speaker said as well, because nowadays I feel like even youth nowadays, our Gen Z people don't give a fuck about relationship any longer. They feel like if you are not feeding me, then I don't give a fuck about it. But trust me, it's not always like that. I also I've also one way or the other enjoyed the you banking on relationship. Do you understand? There was a time I was opportune to go and shoot the number two in command in Abuja, like AIG, to His Excellency Tinubu. Do you understand? So it was based on, believe me, there was no photographers in Abuja. There was no photographers in Lagos. There was no. They came to Ibadan to pick me. Do you understand? Because they even told me that, okay, how much is your flight ticket? They paid for my flight tickets. They paid for everything. I got to the airport in Abuja. They came to pick me. It was even a police officer that was driving me around Abuja. Do you understand? So it was, I would say it's based on relationship, because relationship, trust me, is going to take you where money might not take you to. So always let us trust in relationship. Don't think anybody is anybody. Don't look down on somebody. Always take everybody like they are like your family, like and they are like your, like, you understand what I'm trying to say. So basically that is just um how all what I have to say as regarding my big true, and the way I got my first million. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Harrison. That was an in-depth one. So that's like saying, when you see me, you see the brand, or when you see me, you see the business.
Exactly.
So the brand is not just the business structure, whether you have a store or something. You yourself, because they want to see what you look like first. I've
And
had
your
my own
logo.
fair share of that. Yes, and your logo. Thank you.
No,
I've
no,
had my own
I
fair
would
share
like,
of that.
I was actually
Actually,
saying
the
people pay
logo.
more attention. No,
Yeah,
I was
actually,
actually saying people pay more attention to how your logo is actually being presented rather than who you yourself are. You're actually your brand, not actually all
Yeah,
your logo or
but
your
it,
colors or all of that. So
uh, if it's a business that requires you showing up physically, like physical store businesses, not just service based right now, people also want to see who you are, like what you are and how you're dressed. I, for one, I,
sorry to
I
cut
own
you.
a salon.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Are you with me?
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah. So like sorry to cut you short. I had an event last week. It was photography, and I like I said, I do content creation as well. I have different brands. I have, for content creation, my name is Claycut. Check on Instagram as well. For photography, I'm Karistin, and the studio has its own personal name, Total Studio. So they are like different bodies on their own. You understand? So somebody booked me on Claycut, somebody booked me on Sort Out, and it was same event. Do you understand? So like there's this way, like go there. I just because the person was like, okay, who is the content creator? Who is the content creator? I showed up, and she was like, okay, welcome, blah 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 blah. And trust me, I'm not going to be the one to shoot the videos, because it is more of like my brand itself, and I have people have already like built and taught a lot of things. So I was more going to focus on photography for that event. So like but me going to meet the event, the person doing the event, because she's a very big what do I call it, a very big star in, even I think in the UK, yeah. So trying to like pitch yourself to them, because trust me, once you go to people like that, they want to like access you from head to toe. And trust me, if they access you from head to toe and you are nowhere to be found, trust me, even if you are trying to control them and say, sit down there, do this, that, they will be like, "Kini bobo yin se, do what you want to do and But once they see you and they're like, okay, wow, nice one. Even you have the confidence to like, control them. So I feel like, trying to like work on your personal self, because you are the brand. Your logo would your logo will speak for you when you are not there. When you are there, you have to be the one to speak for you.
Yes, that's true. And then your carriage as well, probably how you're dressed, such that if you give them a particular price and you're not looking like someone who is worth it, they'll be like, what's this person saying? Can you even deliver? So that's a good one. Thank you so much, Mr. Karistem. Now let's take this question on the first million. This person asks, in the making of the millions, how do we handle family expectations, especially for someone who is involved in sales, say physical business, rather than skill-based services? How do you handle family expectation? Like, do you offer family services for free? That's the question. So, Mr. Awe Square, either of you can answer.
I don't really try to like understand the question. Like it's not really I really do not understand very well. Can you like come again with the question?
Okay. I think the person is trying to say, that there are some businesses, let's say a graphics designer now, or let's use Mr. David as an example, a digital marketer. Say your siblings or younger ones may want to say, but this thing now, how about you teach me for free? Or how about you just give me this thing at a very, very discounted price that even the price you yourself do not get it at the market. Now, this is for not just service based, but for also commodities. Like, how about you give me discount? How about you sell it to me on credit? How do you handle family expectations? Do you give them for free? Do you give them services for free? Or do you give them these things at a very discounted rate that will hurt you? How do you handle these things?
I'm going to just give a straight answer as regards that you don't give it happens in all businesses. You don't mix, business with, pleasure. So when it is business, it is business. Like, I have a friend of mine that she's doing a wedding. She's a friend of mine. She's doing a wedding, I think next month or next 2 months. Then she reached out to me and she was like, oh, Timilehin, you want to shoot my wedding photography, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I sent her my rate card. She said, this one is much. I was like, no, it's Lagos, and trust me, transportation, everything. She was like, okay, no problem. And she was trying to like beat down the price. I'm like, okay, no, this is business. Trust me, if I'm coming for your event, she's not like a family, she's not like a friend. You understand? If I'm coming for your event, I'm going to buy your clothes. I'm still going to spray you. I'm still going to buy you gifts. So that one is on our own family business. I'm taking out that money from my own personal pocket. So when we are talking about business, this is business. This is how much I'm charging you, and I'm supposed to offer you this. Because it's not going to now reach when I'm going to offer you this and I'm telling you that okay, because you paid me this, this is why I'm delivering not up to your standard. Do you understand? So we should not always like mix businesses with pleasure. That's going to be a straight answer for me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Olajide, do you want to say something concerning that?
Yeah, just like he said, if you don't mix business with player, like you don't do that. Making money is a serious business. You don't just it's a serious business. That's just the word. It's a serious business. So it requires a whole lot of emotional strength, stability. It requires savings. All right. You see, if you are subjecting your business to family, to friends, like having to like are you a Father Christmas? All right. So this is business and this is business. You don't mix it up. You don't mix it up. Or except for probably you have offers that you want to give out. When it comes to business, let's do business. All right. So this is my card rate. Just like Karistem said. Okay, this is actually my card rate, and I'm giving you a top-notch service. All right. I'm giving you a top-notch service. All right. So if there are, I can actually relate with the question. People actually will come to you, you don't really have these, you don't really have these. But if you can do out of like your will, go ahead and do. Okay, again, you know that this is not actually gonna be like affecting your business. All right, go ahead and do. So whatsoever will affect your business, you don't just go, you don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't let your business be business. But there are times that you also have to be flexible as well. All right. For instance, I have a friend. She's into perf. All right. She sells perfumes like scents and the likes, and people get to buy from her and open to like they will promise to pay her probably at the end of the month. You can just imagine that. I would and you can just she so much believe. I think this is just by like it's bipolar. It's just like it's not really. You've got to just understand. Okay, is it that they are coming to be a parasite, or just like I said, parasitic? Is it a parasitic kind of relationship? All right, so you should not encourage such. If it's a parasitic, like it's going to be affecting your business, don't encourage such. So if that will not really affect your business, you can encourage it. Like I said, for example, a perfume business owner, at the end of the month, people get to pay her for what they got. All right, if you are cool with it, go ahead now. Since you are cool with it and you know it cannot affect your business, so it's actually a two-way thing. I think I've answered that question.
Okay, thank you, sir. Before we move on to the next question, any question from the attendees? This is the time. In 5 minutes, you're now open to ask questions. Unmute your mic. Joseph, Malomo, Damilola, Eshulaja, Adeleye, Ruth, Ajayi, Precious, Oreoluwa, Ogundare, Olayode, and Asore, if I'm right. Do you have any question for our speakers? Question. Any question yet? Okay, let's hope we get one later. So, Mr. Karistim, how did you price your products? Okay, I think you already told us that you started charging 1,000 naira. You started giving discounts. Did you ever doubt your worth? And what strategies helped you to attract your first loyal clients? You can as well give us that strategy that gave you the gig of what's his name again? The president. So, Mr. Karistim. Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. You said, can you come again with the question? Sorry.
Okay, I was asking that what strategies helps you attract your first loyal customers, and if you ever doubted your worth. And then I said you can give us the strategy that helps you to get to the presence of the Mr. President.
Okay, like I said, I think I already mentioned everything, but okay, I'll just take it one more time. Basically, for me, like I said we should always build on relationship. Relationship is going to take you to places where money might not. Do you understand? So once you have a good relationship with somebody, and those people will be the ones to mention your names in big circles. And trust me, once you mention your name in the big circles, you're already gone. Because it's not going to be like wow, like or out of all the people that are around, why is it this person? You don't know that okay, this person has built really a good relationship. You do understand? So I feel like building, working, having a good relationship with anybody you are with is is something you should bank on as well. And as well, how I got my like I said, the words of my mouth, and at that time even my pictures save. Do you understand? But the way you speak, do you understand? It's only how people would see you and they be like, okay, I want to believe, I want to trust this person for this gig and for this work. So there's really nothing special or something you have to so just
Mm,
yeah, basically. Thank you.
okay. Thank you, sir. Mr. Olajide, she wants to help us answer that question as well. Strategies. If you ever doubted yourself, and how were you able to get your loyal customers?
All right, thank you very much once again, my dear moderator. All right, so okay, strategies. Very just like my other speaker, Christina, said, relationship is key. That's just the truth of the matter. Relationship is key. All right, so you build, the networking, like you get connected, you need people in life. Like people are open doors. Like people are open doors. Like just that's just the word. People are open doors. So you need people, to succeed. You need people to succeed. So what I would say, I'll just say that would just be what I would say, that people are like open doors. You need to like get connected to the right people. All right, get and then let me just say this, because it's not just high network individuals that you should like associate yourself with. All right, you can as well associate yourself as you are growing, as you're actually associating yourself with the high network individuals. You can as well at the other hand, associate yourself with your friends. There are some quality, like there are some friends that are so that they know what they're actually doing. They know where they're headed towards. They can also they can as well support you, right? So you don't think of people that have gone far ahead of you. So as you are thinking like vertical, think horizontal as well. So as you're reaching out to people vertically, all right, so you can also reach out to people that are in your level. All right. So you think vertical and then at the same time think horizontal. So don't just neglect people that are actually, probably your close relatives, your friends that are also as well doing well, in their businesses, in their career, that can as well be of help to you. All right. So just like I would say, as you are thinking vertical, thinking of the high network individuals, also think of those that are still also growing by your side. So you guys move together, encourage yourself together. All right. These are friends that you should keep. These are the kind of friends that will like they will eat you up. They will keep you on track. All right, you will see their progress. Look at my friend, my billionaire friend, Olajide. It's more like we are watching each other grow. We are watching each other grow. Whatever he's doing, I'm always encouraged. All right, whatever I'm doing, I'm always encouraged, and we're always encouraging ourselves. That's how you grow. That's how you become who you want to become. Thank you very much.
Okay. Malamo, let's have you.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you to the
Okay.
moderator and
Mhm.
the speakers. Yeah, I really appreciate you, and I've gained a lot of things from what you have discussed so far. Yeah, I just have a question, and the question is, because there are some businesses that you start. For instance, I'm a business person, so and I've tried a lot of businesses that at a point I needed to just leave it and then go. You understand? And sometimes I have to go back to it and then try again and try again. So it's not always that smooth sailing. So, but my question is that how do you know that you are in the right business that will make you the first million? Do you understand? Like, is it that maybe you have been trying and trying, you have tried different strategies and
Yeah. Thank
it's
you.
not really working, and you have just to keep it up like that, or are there signs that you will see that okay, I will make my first million in this business? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Akari.
Thank you, Mr. Maloma, for that question. Like I said earlier, when we talk about skills, we should always have it at the back of our mind that we 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 are how do I put it? Like the skills we are doing is not like we were forced to do it. It is from the mindset, it's from you. Like there's this zeal, there's this passion naturally. Do you understand? So once you have that naturally, like, okay, this I do this for fun, I do this anytime because as I am currently, trust me, if forget the money aspect, if I'm to pick between salary earner and being entrepreneur, I will go for salary. Why? Because if a salary earner will wake up 5 a.m., dress up 6, 7, go to work 8, resume 8, come back home 5 o'clock, go and sleep. But entrepreneur, it is 12 to 12. There is no time to
The
sleep.
lazy you, sir. The lazy you will pick salaries are the lazy you, not the you, the lazy you.
No, yeah, delays.
Thank you,
So
sir.
basically, yeah. So you understand. So as an entrepreneur, you know that okay, there are sometimes I've gone to shoot a lifestyle shoot at the middle of the night. So I'm not shooting because of the money, because I'm shooting because I love what I'm doing. If I was forced to do it, I would tell the person that sure you're whining me, I'm done. Do you understand? There's no passion. Do you understand? So it is that passion, it is that zeal that will keep you going and say that okay, one day on this work, oh, I will make my first million. Do you understand? So I feel it is about the passion and the zeal, nothing more. Because if you don't have that passion, if you don't have the zeal, you get tired at some point. You will definitely, because even do you understand? You will get tired at some point. And you getting tired. It's that zeal that will keep you pushing and saying, okay, yes, I'm going to get, I'm on the right track and I'm going to get there.
Thank you, sir. And in addition, I think even on days when it's not going well, because every day, like I used to say, the sun does not shine every day. There are days that it's cloudy. So the passion that you have is what would tell you that, okay, this thing I'm doing is right. It may not look like it right now, but I'm actually laying a very good foundation. So Ogundare, I can see your hand, but before we take your question, we have one question in the chat box from Joseph Ajayi. And I would like to ask directly Mr. Olajide, in a situation that you are an electrician, like a student electrician, you're an electrician, but you're also a student, and you have the right knowledge, you know exactly what you're doing as an electrician, but you're not getting bigger gigs, you're not getting bigger works. And it has been going on for a while, over a year. And the kind of gigs you're getting are just like simple or petty student jobs. What can you do?
All right. Thank
So
you very much for
Olajide.
that wonderful question. Can you hear me now? That's a fantastic question. All
Yes,
right.
perfect.
Actually, I have to Mr. Malomo's question as well. But notwithstanding, just like I said earlier, when I was starting to like my conversation, my talk, right? It's about you knowing you, understanding yourself. He was asking about, okay, what business can I do to succeed in? So it's not about you now having to, test run businesses. Okay, this one is actually trending. Let me enter into it. Okay, this one is actually, let me do it. It's not about that. It's about, okay, you finding yourself. You need to find yourself. Okay, what am I good at? What can I actually do? All right. So when you get to know that, then you can now improve on that particular skill. That's what I told you while I was actually earning salary, working as a salary earner. In the process, I was building, I was pruning myself. I was like helping myself to be better. All right. So until I now, until I discovered a unique skill, to myself. All right. By the time you now discover a unique skill, that it will now be the unique skill that you now leverage on, not just you jumping here and there. That unique skill that you develop, just like my last teacher said, it has to come from your inside, all right? From your inside. Look at that thing that you can, what are you passionate about doing? It could be your career, it could be the course you study in school. To just be probably something you just find interest in doing. So you build a brand with it, build a brand on it, build like attend seminars, attend conferences, with all of these things, don't just settle for less. All right, don't settle for less. All right, going to the other question. All right, that's the other one that I'm going to electrician. It still boils down to you actually building yourself. All right, because why you are getting low gigs, why you are getting low contracts is because you tend to still limit yourself. See, if you want to go far in life, that your limitation is your mind. All right, like your mind is the limitation of how far you will go in life. All right. Your mind is the limitation of how far you go in life. So if you're not thinking high of yourself, you cannot, because money is actually a currency. So it flows in a particular direction. All right. So now you go, you are the one that will now position yourself, to that end where, like, to that, like, that you've got to position yourself, to that to receiving, the money. All right. So in positioning yourself, you've got to build up your skill, you've got to prune it, you've got to become better at what you do. So then push yourself out. Let people know you for what you do. Don't just stay within. Go out, build a brand. Like I said, the goal is the brand. The goal is not the money. The goal is not the money. If it is the money, you will not get it. The goal is to be better for yourself. The way you are better for yourself, money will flow, like money will follow you. So money will follow you if you have become a brand for yourself. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Aware. Thank you. Joseph, yes. Okay, so let's take Ogundare's question before we move on to the next part of the conference,
Okay,
and
sorry.
then we'll take our final
Before you
questions.
let me take Joseph's question. Let me add more to what Mr. Way said. Actually, regarding Joseph's question, one thing I would advise
Okay.
is your positioning also matters a lot. How well are you positioned? You probably you feel like the only people you've been getting are students, and you feel like that might just be your surrounding, that might be your environment. Now, what I would advise you to do is look within yourself. Now, according to you said you have the right knowledge. Now, the right knowledge is actually relative. You are the one that knows the definition of that. But first thing first, make sure you have the right knowledge and make sure you are very, very good at what you do. That's the number one thing. The number two thing is now how well you position yourself. Your positioning will tell a whole lot. Now, at the beginning stage of my own career, we'll just give you some hints probably that might guide you. There are better ways to position yourself for bigger jobs or bigger clients. And if you take some cues from what I did at the initial stages of my career, I was not really so particular about the amount I will be paid for my jobs, all of those things. I was more particular about building visibility, number one, being shown as that person that is very, very good at what he does. And because I know that is where my whatever will come from. And from there, I look within my circles or I look within people around me. Who are those that really wish I can pitch myself to now? According to you, if you know what I do, I'm a digital marketer basically. I basically give online visibility to brands and businesses. And according to what I did then, I looked around myself. Who are those that were within my circle? Or who are those that I feel like are potential clients for me? I reached out to them. There's something we call cold DM. I probably reached out to them. You might not be able to probably reach out physically, maybe sending message or whatever. But how can you prove yourself to those people? That should be your chat. That should be your next question. How can you prove yourself to those people? From my own case, I knew the kind of businesses those guys were doing. I had to do my own background research. I had to look into what exactly their businesses were about, how what were the gaps I can fill in on their business. Maybe I realized that their social media was not really buzzing. Fine, their physical business was doing well, but then they didn't have an online presence to themselves more. I looked at all of those things. I looked at lapses. Some of them I realized they were having a waxy website. Some of them I realized their graphics was bad. Some of them I realized they didn't have a social media presence or any online presence. What I did was I basically worked offline, did everything necessary for their business, and I just carried myself and showed them to the, oh, let me just assume that the person I want to pitch myself is Mr. Olajide. All I just did is, oh, Mr. Olajide, I've noticed this about your business. You are doing good, you are doing amazingly well, and I really admire you a lot. But I saw some lapses which I pull at this and this and that. I itemized everything and I showed them a blueprint of how I would be a solution to their problem. And that was it without making payment. They were the one that were asking me, oh, I love this, I love this. How can I implement all of these things you've mentioned? Or how can I implement it? And that was just it. From the very first client to the next client. Once you're able to use big on the very big clients, they are the one that will keep on referring you. And they will only refer you if you do a very, very good job. And that's why I said you have to just pitch yourself, the position for that which you actually desire. If you feel like you are surrounded with students, then who are those that are having electrical challenges that are probably in a bigger outlet, or who are those that will need your services? Probably someone into building construction or whatsoever, maybe someone that's doing a massive job. How can you pitch yourself to them, even if it will cost you for free? Even if it will cost you free. What you want to do is you want to prove your worth to them. And when you be able to prove your worth to them, they would obviously have to come back and they will keep on coming back for more. And that's why I said number one thing, then show you are very, very good at what you do. If you are very, very good at what you do, then pitch yourself to them. You pitch yourself by showing yourself the value, showing them the value you can bring to them. It might cost you. You don't necessarily have to pitch yourself as someone that just wants to come and collect money. Show them that this and this and this are what I can do for you. If possible, say, do it for them. In some cases, it might not be possible for you to do it for them, except probably you receive some payment or something. But in my own case, there were some things I can do. I can build a website for someone without necessarily buying domain or anything. I can basically build everything just like an architect to build out a structure of a building, and from there you pitch yourself, show them that this is what I would help you achieve. Once you're able to do that, you just need only one big or one serious big client. That's the only thing you need from that one serious big client. If you can actually prove that you are good at what you do, just like you said, then that is like the ladder to your success. First, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. David. Thank you, and thank you. Okay, to wrap it up, and before we move on to Mudari's question, one thing I also believe is if you're actually very good, you put yourself out there, right? We may think that our WhatsApp status is small, But there is something I learned that someone said that stuck with me. Everybody knows the president. We just need somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows the president. And like one of our speakers said, networking. If you do it so well, take a picture, post it online. There have been people who have gotten their referrals or their clients just by posting online, and then one of their friends saw it, and someone is needing an electrician. Okay, I have a friend that does solar. Let me just send this contact to you. You can try him out. It's just for you to show up and show up correct. So that would be it on Joseph's question. So Ogundare, let's hear you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Saz and Matt.
Good
Thanks for
evening.
the opportunity. So, I have two questions basically. So, I'll start with the first one. I'm a 9 to 5er. Then I work 9 to 5, and after being in 9 to 5, I know a lot of things. Like a lot of things that are not making me money, that are not bringing me money, but I know them. So, my first question is like, is it possible to be good in like in like different things, like to be good? And when I say to be good, I do not mean surface level good. Like you are good and you are good. I hope you understand. Like, is it possible? That's number one. Then number two, I also want to ask, all of these billionaires that we see online, that we see everywhere, they have different sources of income. They have multiple, like they have different businesses. They don't just do just one thing. They have different businesses, and those businesses are thriving. So how about that? Because someone mentioned that we should focus on one thing and be good at that. Fine. We need to focus, like we need to like create that for ourselves. But how about diversifying into a lot of things? Like for me, like I said, I know a lot of things, but I don't do every of those things. So is it possible to do all of those things and be good at all of them at the same time? And then how can we, as business owners, or we looking into starting a business one day, how can we become like the billionaires who have different businesses? Thank you.
All right, should I
Okay,
go
thank you,
first?
sir. Yes, please.
All right. All right, that's a very fantastic question. I'd like to, say the when it comes to having, different things you are doing, we are not against you having different things, different skills. No, 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 no. Okay, what we are just after is that you need to own a particular skill. Like you need to be confident. Like you need to like own a particular skill, and then thereafter, you cannot diversify. All right. So it's not about you now. Okay. The goal is actually to diversify, but you've got to be a master craft. Like you've got to be good, you've got to be distinct. Just like I said, a unique, like there should be a unique skill that is actually we can actually, for instance, I'll set an example. I have mentors, these are men likes of Dr. Cosmas Maduka, where this man started, selling spare parts, at we Anambra, and I was privileged to be in Anambra a couple of months ago, right? So I could actually as well, understand, how it all began for him. All right. So because at Onitsha, all those areas they sell spare parts and the like. So the man started with spare parts, and from there, all right, he graduated. He got skillful at what he does. He did, just like they said, the Igbo people, they get to like, there's something they call apprenticeship, apprentices, all right. So they submit to a particular person to train them on what to do. So this particular man was subjected to probably his uncle that now taught him, how to sell spare parts, like motor vehicle spare parts. All right. So they go buy spare parts. So the man was actually putting him through. So he learned of that. So he got mastered, like he got a master's certificate, I mean the word, like he got a degree, I mean the word, he got a degree in that particular course before diversifying. Now he diversified into now selling cars. All right, it's diversified. It's actually not, he's now even assembling cars. Like he gets spare parts from probably China, Japan. Now in Nigeria, he has a firm. They now assemble, like they assemble cars today. All right, so it's not about you having like these are ways they became billionaires. Okay, let me just quickly run through, this particular principle that actually will give back to you becoming, wealthy. All right. So billionaires don't just exchange, or they don't just spend their time, they don't just like sell their time for money. They actually engage their money, for money. They actually sell their money. How do I mean? They invest their resources. So that's the reason why they invest their resources, into invest like low risk investment, and even some high risk investment, because we've got, levels of investment. All right, you've got the low, you've got the medium, you've got the high. So now when you have your money, I told you, like, for instance, we are just starting out, salary earners, fine, you have your savings. You have your savings, keep your savings, and then in the process of, you earning all those money you are getting, use those money to get yourself equipped, attend seminars, get this knowledge. All right. So by the time you have this knowledge, for instance, now there are investment platforms. We've got so many investment platforms, like investment applications on our phone, with that you can as well, put your money in, to actually, so you can have an investment. All right. So this is actually, it's you've got to own a particular what do you call now, skill, and then you now diversify. I've got a whole lot of investment on my phone. I can as well actually share with you. All right. So Afri Invest is an example. Afri Invest, you can buy shares. These are things that these people do. So they invest their money to make money. All right, so you can bear shares, there are a lot of opportunities, that is out there. Like, you can just put your money into. Land banking is one. Like what I do, land banking is one. You situate a land that is actually very close, to probably getting developed. All right, it's not really that, that bushy getting developed. Why? Because you want to invest. Because probably in the next 1 year you've got your 100% return on investment, your ROI. All right, these are the things. These are strategies. These are strategies. All right. So what I would say is this: as a salary earner, keep earning your salary. I wouldn't say you should stop. We're not pushing for you to stop. Now what we are preaching is that while working, get yourself equipped. Don't work. Don't expend your time for money. While you are working, get yourself better. Become a better version of yourself. Own a skill. Own a skill. Then by the time you get better at that skill, you can now convert. You can now leverage that skill for money. Now the money you're now getting, convert them to make money for you. Like, invest those money to make money for you. Invest them. Get properties. You want to, like, you can buy shares. You've got to start buying shares. GT, they have their shares. We've got foreign shares. We have, the foreign shares as well out there. So you've got to buy shares. Buy Netflix. You can just buy, no matter how little it is. You can become a stakeholder. You can become a shareholder. No matter how little, with your 50,000 naira, you can become a shareholder. With 50K, even with 5,000 naira, you can become a shareholder. All right, because the shares are just so easy to buy today. Like, since you have your bank applications, you can invest. Start thinking the way these people are thinking. All right, this is the way you can become a billionaire. So what I'm saying is that own a particular skill before diversifying. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Olajide. Own a particular skill before diversifying. Build on what you have. Let your leg be well grounded in one first. Okay, now to the final section, and that's advice to aspiring or struggling entrepreneurs. And the first one is for you, Mr. Olajide, and then we'll round up with Mr. Awe, Mr. Karistim. In 2 minutes, if you have to start over again with absolutely nothing, no connection, no network, but just the current knowledge you have, what would you do first, and what would you do differently?
All right. You mean what will I do first, right?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, and what would I do differently? All right, if I'm to start afresh. All right, I think it's still the same principle, because now the principle is now in me. I now own the knowledge. I know, okay, these are the things I need to do, because it's not gimmicks. See, money making is not actually gimmicks. Are you saying something?
No,
Hello?
I'm not.
Okay, so it's not there's no gimmicks in you making like you being successful at what you do. So it's just principle. I've got to follow the right principle. So what I would just do, one of the things I would just do, just like I said, if I took my skill, I've got to, I will say if I'm if I'm starting afresh, I will have my phone with me, I will have my internet also connected. All right, so thank God marketing has gone beyond physical shops and the likes. All right. So I have to start pushing my content. I have to start letting people know what I do, running hard. These are things that I'm actually learning from my dear billionaire friend Olajide. All right, you've got to start running hard, start making yourself, pushing yourself out there. All right. So these are things I will actually do. Then by then start, and then definitely or relationship, keeping quality relationship. I tend to keep quality relationship. These are the things I keep relationship, and then I start pushing my services to people for others to see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you and thank you. Now, Mr. Karistim, the last question is for you. What advice would you give to someone who is struggling, or someone who is afraid to start, or someone who feels stuck and do not know where to go?
Okay, so advice that I'm going to give, so should I call it an aspiring entrepreneur now, is I know everybody is always afraid to start. And like I said in my previous conversation, I said, just start. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Take small steps, learn as you go, and you always celebrate your milestone. Do you understand? And you always like they used to say, start small and think big. Do you understand? Like you start small, start the way you just if you even want to be a content creator, just start with anything with your hand. Like I said, if you're using Android phone will never see that your video is not going to go viral on, everywhere. And like I said again, what else again? Advice. I'm still on the advice, and what else? Like the passion, like I said, perseverance, and the passion and perseverance will make you overcome any obstacle that comes your way. If you love what you do, like if you are willing to work, like you are willing to work hard, you can achieve anything. Trust me. If you are really willing to work hard, you would achieve a lot of things. And I also want everybody focus on building a strong online presence. Like my other speaker said, networking with other creatives, going for conferences, offering unique service, and that all those things are those things that you have to put at the back of your mindset. Like, okay, this is what I want to get done. Like now, currently, then I don't post on currently till now. I don't even post on WhatsApp because I feel like I'm not there for my WhatsApp for family people. I want to work for people I've not met before. I want to work for people. Do you understand? So I'm actually more active on TikTok right now. I'm more active. I post like in a day on TikTok. I post close to like 6 to 10 times daily. Do you understand? And there's this lovely thing about TikTok. If you're having 300 views, don't worry. Do you understand? If you're having 200 views, don't worry, because one thing about TikTok is that if you have 300 views on your first post, 300 views on your second post, 300 views on your third post, 300 views on your if you have 300 views on 5 posts, that is 300 times 5. That is 1,005 people have already seen your post. And trust me, TikTok will never give you same audience. If you're having 300 yet, it is never going to be the same people watching your story. So trust me, you just keep posting and trying to be active, and try to just to be there. Trust me, people will come for you. People will definitely come for you. So that's my advice, and for everybody that is trying to start the entrepreneurial journey. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Karistim. So we can only entertain one question because of our time. Anybody? Just one question. Damilola, your hand was raised the other time. Anybody? Adeleye, Joseph, Ajayi, Precious, Oreoluwa, Asore, Martins, Olayode, Aduragbemi, Ujo. Any question before we conclude? Okay. Ade, what's that? Adeleye, let's have you. Adeleye. Adeleye. Okay, that was probably a mistake. All right. While there is no question for now, Adeleye, are you here? All right, all right. So how many of us are actually a part of the mustard circle? How many of us are in the community with our hands raised? Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. This is not a very, very good number. So that means we have people from outside who only came for our conference. Based on what Mr. Carey's team said and Mr. Olajide, that attending conference, networking with other people. See, there is no small conference, right? And this very one you have attended is also something. Anywhere you get to learn something is a conference. Like this one, the difference is it is not a physical one. You're still getting talks, real life talks from people who have made it big, who have scaled through, who have passed through stages that you are just passing through. So I would be dropping the link to the comments. I said to the comments, the link to the mustard circle, the link to the mustard circle in the chat box. So just so you do not miss conferences like this, what if and just what if there is another one? Of course, this is a continuous thing. What if there is another one and then you do not get to see it? But if you're in the community, you get to see it. If you're in the community, you get to attend, you get information firsthand. And there are several other things shared in the community. Like we have Power Start Monday, we share tips, we share business tools, we share growth ideas that is helpful for every single business, whether you're service based or whether you are product based. So the link is in the chat box. Do also click. It takes you to a Google form where you fill, and directly in your email you get the link to join the Mustard Circle. We will be waiting for you. So before we take our closing remarks, any question? Okay, I would say there is no more question. Thank you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Awe Olajide, and thank you so much, Mr. Awe Karistin. Thank you for sharing knowledge, raw knowledge.
My absolute prayer.
Yeah, thank you so much, amazing speakers, Mr. Olajide, Mr. Karis, Awe, and everyone present. Also to our moderator, yeah, please before we wrap this up, I would love for us to do this with me. Today is the birthday of my dear moderator, Olawale Esther, and I would just love we within should I say a span of 30 seconds, just sing an happy birthday song for her. Please, you can unmute your mic. I want to hear her beautiful voices and just sing.
Okay.
I want her to blush. If she does not blush, I will not do this meeting. So please, just 30 seconds, 5 seconds. Happy birthday
Happy birthday
to you.
to
Happy
you.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to
happy
you.
Happy
Happy birthday, dear.
birthday,
birthday.
Happy birthday to
Oh,
you.
happy birthday.
birthday,
Happy
Thank you, thank you,
birthday.
thank you. This voice is
Say
How old are you
happy
now?
birthday to you.
yeah, it's Abdul.
bless
Thank you,
you.
thank you. The voices are
Amen.
terrorizing actually. I appreciate everyone.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
thank you so much. Thank you for the
Thank
speakers.
you
I
so
really
much.
appreciate you. For everyone that was able to join in for this meeting. So you don't miss out on subsequent meetings like these conferences. Also, we'll be having a challenge coming up soon, and it's only for the members of the community. Basically, we want to show you and want to guide you through to making your first million in your business. And we want to show you that it's actually possible. And it's only for the members of the community. So you have to actually be in the community. That's just one of the many benefits. Aside that, we actually give out different things, tips, business tools, guiding you through on how to actually set up your business, getting it ready for actually actualizing that millions that you actually desire for your business. And there are many benefits I can actually outline here. You can even look to our website, mustardtech.org, for more information on all of that. We are very, very mindful of time, and so will not be stretching this beyond our time. I would advise also that you connect with the speakers. They have a very, very great platform like you've seen. You can also learn from them, implement things that you've seen working for them. Like they always say, you never can even tell. Connect with them. If you have you're planning your wedding, you're planning whatsoever, you can reach out to the sort out studio. That's Harris team. If you are planning your first big project, it might just even be your shop, it might be an office space, it might be your first house, it might be your second house, it might be your third house, whatsoever. Reach out to our Jasper. He's a contractor, is building everything relating to building basically. You can always get from this person. And I myself, what do I do? I'm a digital marketer. I basically help business gain visibility. I also train people basically. And funniest, I even have a training coming up in few weeks from now. I think the next 2, 3 weeks, I'll be teaching people how to build a website right from the scratch. So this can actually be an opportunity for you. It's you never can tell what opportunities like this can do for you. And all of this, you actually have to be a member of the community. I don't have to say more than that. The link has already been posted. If you need more information, the number on your screen also, you can reach out on WhatsApp if you need more information, or probably send a mail if you need any other information. I really appreciate everyone for taking out time for joining us and for being a part of this. To our speakers, you were amazing. I took a lot of notes. Trust me, my notes are full and they are ready for implementation. And like I would always say, this is the right circle for you to be in. This is the right networks for you to build. Ensure that you are within the same circle of people that actually are in the same pathway like you are, and the Monster Tech is the right place for you to be. We can't say more than that. If you want to learn more about us, just go to our website, themonstertech.org, not .com. You get more information about us. Thank you so much for taking our time. Yeah, lastly, if you need access to the recording, the first launching program we had, and also for this, you have to be a member of the community to get all of these things. And if you need all of that, if you're a member of the community, you'll be getting access to all of this. I just have to mention, you can make a request on the community if you need that. So if anyone is led by the Spirit, I would love that you take us in a closing prayer before we bring this to a wrap. Anyone led by the Spirit, please. Yeah, we're a faith-based community and we don't take out our faith from whatever we are reading. So anyone led by the Spirit, please just lead us in closing prayer. Or should I call name? Should I lead you to? Okay. I see some of us, our mics are unmuted. So, yeah, the floor.
Okay. Let's go. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, Lilia.
Yes, please.
Okay. Abba Father, we are grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for
Thank you,
this
Jesus.
vision and thank you for
Thank you,
bringing it to fulfillment. Daddy God, we
Jesus.
are grateful and we say you are highly exalted in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord,
Amen.
for our speakers. Thank you for every participant. Thank you for the knowledge our speakers have shared this evening. Thank you for you would help every participant to put it into practice and we would continue to succeed in our businesses in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jesus, because you would continue to lead the mustard circle, that you continue to lead us aright, and the purpose of the vision will come to fulfillment in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jesus, because you direct every business owner here and every participant tonight to make good choices as it regards our businesses in the name of Jesus Christ. Daddy God, we pray that you enlarge the mustard circle in the name of Jesus. You enlarge individual businesses in the name of Jesus. And we worship you
Amen.
for you are a good God, and we
Thank you, Lord.
exalt your holy name, Jesus. Daddy God, we pray that as we depart from this meeting tonight, we depart into the business world to do much more exploits in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Abba Father, for you answer our prayers always. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray.
Amen and amen.
Oh, thank you everyone for joining in. Yeah, I also forgot to mention my team members. Thank you so much also for doing this with me, the Monster Tech team. Thank you everyone. Thank you, amazing speakers, Olajide, Karistin, Esther, and everyone that joined in before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's have an amazing evening. Remember to go to church tomorrow. Very, very essential. Also, remember to watch the Nigeria team. They're having their final match tonight. If you're a good Nigerian, then you
Really?
should support you.
No.
You should support you. Yeah, you should support you. Yeah, thank you everyone. I love you all. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Love you too, sir.
Love you
Yeah.
too.
All right.
Good night.
Love you too.